Good morning. I am just on time today because I have been having some difficulties connecting, but I'm going to give it a couple of minutes for everybody to find this live before I go into the actual practice. So if you're watching a recording, you can fast forward about 2 minutes. Let me see if I can tag everybody. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Zazu. Let's just give it another minute for everybody to find who wants to join live to find us, and then we'll start. Good morning, Sandra. Well, let's start. Today, we're going to be exploring the embodiment of fear. However unpleasant it may be, learning to recognize our fears by how our body feels and learning to understand the conditions that evoke fear for us is an exceptionally powerful tool that helps us step into our bravery instead of hiding from life itself for the fear of being hurt. Fear is defined as a negative, short-lasting, high-alert emotion in response to a perceived threat. And similar to the case of anxiety, some people have a high propensity to experiencing fear and others don't as much. Fear arises when we need to respond quickly to physical or psychological danger that is present and imminent. And because fear is a rapid fire emotion, the physiological reaction can sometimes occur before we even realize that we are afraid, before we realize it cognitively. And that's why it's so valuable to recognize these physiological aspects of fear in the body. This way, we get better equipped to respond to it. And the typical body reactions to fear, as we all know, are fight, flight, or freeze. Brené Brown writes, in the research, you can find many lists of what elicits fear in us. The items range from rodents and snakes to the inability to see our surroundings, to observing our children in peril. However, no matter how much the lists vary, one item is on every list I've seen: the fear of social rejection. We can never forget that we experience social pain and physical pain in the same part of our brain, and the potential exposure to either type of pain drives fear. Like many unpleasant emotions, we try to avoid fear by not exposing ourselves to situations that can potentially scare us. And just like any other unpleasant emotion, we need to learn not to be afraid of fear, because it's really not inherently bad. Dr. Harriet Lerner writes, throughout evolutionary history, anxiety and fear have helped every species to be wary and to survive. Fear can signal us to act, or alternatively, to resist the impulse to act. It can help us to make wise, self-protective choices in and out of relationships where we might otherwise sail mindlessly along, ignoring any signs of trouble. If we want to lead a spacious and enjoyable life, our fear needs to be understood and respected, perhaps even befriended. Again, Brené Brown adds, dismissing fear and anxiety as not useful to our quest for connection is as dangerous as choosing to live in constant fear and anxiety. Once we identify our fear, we can actually release it by making enough room for holding it with loving and kind presence. And in this spacious moment, we can act bravely. So fear can alert us to potential danger, but then if we create the space, instead of fight, flight, or freeze, immediate response or immediate reaction, we can actually respond more wisely. So let's explore that, how we can create this space, how we can make enough room for holding fear. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle in. Acknowledge all the circumstances of your practice today, internal and external, noting how you make the difference, how you label something as internal versus external. Let your breath be soft, easy. Don't try to control it. Simply notice how your breath flows through your body, how your body responds to each inhale and each exhale. And resting in this natural openness that your easy breath offers, bring to mind a situation that evokes fear for you. Ask yourself, what is the worst part of this situation? What am I really afraid of? While your inquiry may start a whole story, if you stay alert to the sensations that arise in your body, that story becomes a gateway to accessing your feelings more fully. Paying particular attention to your throat, chest, and stomach. Discover how fear expresses itself in you. You might kindly invite the fear. Be as much as you really are. And now, as you breathe in, let the breath directly touch the place of most pain and vulnerability. Bring your full attention to the sensations of fear. As you breathe out, sense the openness of space that holds your experience. Feel the fear as if floating and untwisting itself in the spacious openness. What does this fear actually feel like? Where in your body do you feel it most strongly? Do the sensations change or move to different parts of your body? What's their shape, color, if any? How do you experience fear in your mind? Does it feel contracted? Is your mind racing or confused? With each in-breath, feel your willingness to gently connect with the waves of life that are unpleasant and disturbing. Breathing out, let go, and feel how the waves of fear belong to a larger world, an ocean of openness. Feel how you can surrender your fear into this vast and tender space of healing. Breathing in, contact the immediate sensations with a kind and clear attention. The sensations in your body, the sensations in your mind. Breathing out, realize you're belonging to the boundless awareness that has room for all of life's fears. If you feel as if the fear is too much, emphasize breathing out, letting go into this openness and safety. Remember the spaciousness of the world. Reflect with compassion on all those who at this moment are also feeling fear. Maybe bring to mind a person or a spiritual figure or place in nature that conveys for you a sense of safety. Once you feel that you belong to a larger world, again attend to the way that fear expresses through your body, your mind. And with time and practice, you will discover an artful balancing between touching fear and remembering your belonging to the openness. And you can practice being with fear as it arises anytime during the day. Using your breath, allow yourself to touch the sensations of fear. And as you exhale, let go remembering your belonging to the vast and open world. This way the energy does not get buried and begin to fester. And instead of reinforcing a fearful self who is running from life, you become more and more confident and feel more richly. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.